Today I'm going to take you through a tutorial on how to apply makeup to an older face. Laura's kindly lent me her face today, and she has beautiful skin, but you can also notice that around her eye area, unfortunately, unless you go and do something quite drastic, we all end up having a little bit of crepiness. Before you can start any makeup, you need to apply a base. And as we get older, we need to invest in foundations that have what we call, they're sort of illuminating foundations, light reflecting foundations. So what happens is that when the light hits the foundation, it actually diffuses any fine lines that you see on the skin. And I start down the center of the face, and then I work my way out. And the reason I work from the center and go out is that this is where, as we get older, is where we need most of the coverage. This is where we have broken capillaries around the nose. This is where we tend to get more pigmentation down the bridge of the nose as well. What I'm going to use today is what we call like a pink-based concealer. Apply it to the very inner corner of the eye area here. Just in here. This is where you want the concealer to start. And by applying your concealer at the inner corner of the eye, you'll find that this will actually give the eyes a bit of a pop, because the lightness in the inner corner will open up that whole eye area for you. Blend all of this, and as you can see, I'm using just sort of like a pressing technique. I'm going to get Laura to close her eyes. I'm going to go in there using my ring finger, and I'm just going to diffuse the edges. You can see how I've opened this up in comparison to the other eye, and you can see that you need to blend it, and blend it along the lid of the eye. And then if you have a look and you feel that you want a little bit more, I'm going to apply just a little bit more down the center of Laura's eye. Having something lighter down the center of the eye makes the eyes open up and pop as well. I'm going to apply a little bit of concealer just around the nose where there's a few broken capillaries. Apply a little bit of concealer just at the cupid's bow, and this makes the lips stand out. The most important thing is to always blend your concealer so that we don't see where it starts and where it ends. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to apply a really nice soft beige eyeshadow, so all the way right up to the eyebrows, and even in that inner corner, and just bringing it just under the very inner corner. We're going to fill in the eyebrows. Eyebrows frame the eyes, so I'm using a slanted brush like this. I'm going to dip it into a taupe coloured eyeshadow, something similar to that, and we're just going to blend it all the way across here to fill in these gaps. If you make any mistakes, you can just wipe it off with a cotton bud. Just gently diffuse it, because as I said earlier, we don't want any lines. When you do have crepiness around the eye, you don't want to load up the eye with lots of eyeshadows. What you want to do is, it's all about enhancing the area around the eye. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to apply a kohl pencil, a really soft kohl pencil, very, very close to the lash line. Stretch this little area so that you get a really smooth line. Now start at the very inner corner of the eye and very, very close to the lash line. Now we want the eyes to smile, so we're going to, at the outer corner, we're going to wing up the kohl pencil. Again, one of the very important rules of makeup application is you want to diffuse the line. Always keep under the eye area clean as you get older, and just focus on the top of the eyes, and you'll find that this is giving you almost like an instant eye lift. I just want to add a little bit more of definition to Laura's eye, and what I've done is I've dipped my brush into almost like a deep sort of like lavender brown, and I'm going to apply it just along underneath the brow bone there, just very gently, just like almost like I'm tapping it in there, and following that as my guide. Just try to remember that there are lots of little tiny, tiny lashes at the inner corners and the outer corners. And use the tip of your brush to get those little hard to reach at lashes. by loading up your brush with lots of mascara and going over 2 to 3 different applications, you'll find that the lashes look longer and thicker. Some women tend to lose the fullness in their lips, and the best tip I can give you is to use a lip pencil such as this and start down the center of the lips, because this is where you want your lipstick color or your gloss to be the deepest shade. And then go from the outer corners and bring the corners in to the center. I'm going to use just a very sort of soft pink lip gloss over that lovely stain that I've created. That's all you need, just a little bit in the center, and you just blend it out. Applying more powder on top of what we've already applied to Laura's face can sometimes make your cheeks look a little bit dry. So what I do is I smile and look into the mirror and I apply the cream blush to the apples of the cheeks, and I'm very mindful not to apply it too low down on the apples of the cheeks, because then that becomes an aging look. We've put Laura into a beautiful winter white dress, and we've given her a little bit of bling with a gold chunky necklace. And of course, just remember that if you want to play with different colours, you can. You can use browns if you wanted to use blues and change the lipstick colour. All you need to do is just keep the exact same steps, and that's how you will achieve this makeup. So for more of my tips, go to the pages of Woman's Day and read through those pages, and there's lots of tips there. And of course, there's all our how-to videos online.